Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Cruise Peruse, episode number 160. But before we get started on this episode, boys and girls, a quick shout out to Bouwmeester of the St. Louis Blues. Had a cardiac episode yesterday on the bench during the first period of the St. Louis Blues versus Anaheim game in Anaheim. And yeah, that was some scary shit. Just watching the clip of him completely just collapsing in the bench was terrifying. And you know, reportedly there were players trying to fucking move the bench out the way so Bouwmeester can get the medical help. And thankfully, as it was reported last night from the St. Louis Blues, PR department and everything, player health department, whatever have you, Bouwmeester's okay, and there is going to be a status update this morning. So hopefully, all the best for Jay Bouwmeester. Hopefully he's okay. Stay strong, Jay. God, I mean, veteran, Iron Man, whatever moniker you want to use to describe this guy. I mean, consummate professional. So you hate to see a guy like that, go through such a terrible thing mid-game. And they had to actually postpone that Anaheim Ducks and St. Louis Blues game. And the crazier shit, too, I read was Jay Bouwmeester's father was actually in attendance. So, oh, Jesus, that's fucking terrible. It really is. Like, it's just terrible to see shit like that. And so all my best hopes and thoughts for Jay Bouwmeester. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, man. It's one of those things that I've slowly learned throughout the years watching sports ball. There's a lot of animosity between rival teams. But you know what? It's something that you learn, that beyond the sport, they're just human beings trying to do the job they love. In a career that they've thought it was preordained or a love at first sight since they were kids. So it's terrible to see things like that. And again, hopefully Jay Bouwmeester is okay. Now, boys and girls, on to some lighter things and some less heavier shit. Man, it's good to be back in Vegas. So, not sure if you know, boys and girls, I was actually in LA on Monday and Tuesday. Came back home last night. And yes, I do realize the Vegas Golden Knights had a game yesterday. They lost 4-0 against the Minnesota Wild in Minnesota. But the good news is William Karlsson, our forward, is back, but put it in the third line. So Uncle P.D. De Pablo trying to finesse his shit. Certainly didn't work yesterday against the Minnesota Wild. So it happens. And something that doesn't work at times is goal scoring. And, as couch players and couch GMs and couch coaches, we assume, scoring's easy. It's not. Okay? So Ovechkin's sitting at 698, and people call him he's not good enough. I could hear all the fucking Pittsburgh fans popping a fucking boner, at the fact that, Ovechkin hasn't gone over history yet. All right, dude. He's only a couple games, cold. 2 games of not scoring. Oh! He sits at 698 here on, what day is it today? February 12th, 2020. And I'm telling you right now, I've been saying this 4 or 5 years or so. He's going to pass Gretzky. He's going to pass Gretzky, and all you fucking hating-ass fanboys, haters, whatever the fuck, are going to be miserable. And you know what I noticed with, people who don't like Ovechkin or Sidney, they're basically like LeBron haters. Like, all the fucking annoying stat shit that you're going to fucking copy and paste and regurgitate from the internet that you haven't done a fucking single minute of research, and you come off as thinking you're fucking smart, shut the fuck up. Oh, my God. And you know what? As somebody who has watched LeBron James live for the first time in his life a couple days ago, I got to tell you, all the shit that I could say about LeBron, yeah, they still hold. Some of the off-the-court bullshit that he's done throughout the years, it's dumb, and I'll call him out on it. But in terms of the basketball aspect of his his life. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So really, boys and girls, would it surprise you that a guy like LeBron James stars in the initial 40-man roster for the 2020 Olympics for Team USA? Yes, Greg Popovich and company will be taking on the Olympics with the 40-plus man roster. The Lakers got 5 players, which is awesome. I mean, that is fantastic stuff to hear. Dwight, Kuz, JaVale, AD, LeBron James. It's a good time. It's a great fucking time. And, hopefully for the Lakers, they could show out. And I feel like this 2020 Olympic should be, at least for Team USA, it should be a motivator to win gold. It really should be. Because honestly, the way you lost the World Cup last year, the way you went out, particularly in the FIBA World Cup, was absolutely embarrassing. So I think there's a part of me that thinks, yes, this should be a Kobe dedication Olympic. But it's also curious because Kobe was the one who made the valid point with international squads now, where it's not the U.S. have gotten bad, it's that the other countries have caught up. And that really puts things into perspective. I mean, you got foreign talents popping up everywhere from every major country. And shout out to Canada. Canada has, oh dear Lord, they have a great assortment of players right now where, again, in a few years, I think they're going to be really something fun to watch, especially in competitive settings like the Olympics. Obviously, Slovenia, you got Luka Doncic, for fucking course. Spain can't ever be discounted. Argentina is another one of those countries too. So, just a lot of good times. Just a lot of good times in the realm of basketball, boys and girls. And here's the thing. I love me some basketball. So, whatever form of basketball I watch, I tend to enjoy it. College ball, I wasn't a huge fan of. But once I started just watching, binging on all these ESPN college basketball documentaries, you can't help but fall in love with certain aspect of the sport. The two halves, just literally the two halves, and players trying to make their mark within a 1 month stretch in terms of draft, in terms of legacy and all this shit. So to watch, any form of basketball, really, for me, it's just pure entertainment. It's pure joy. And so we have the WNBA here in Las Vegas, the Las Vegas Aces, and they have signed a major free agent. And this is the curious part too. The Aces, if I'm not mistaken, have been around in Vegas for 3 years. Okay, 3 years. And so far, 2 consecutive #1 overall picks. And Asia Wilson and Jackie Young, yes. And so now they sign Angel McCourty. Sorry, I suck at names. They signed Angel for free agency, and this is the thing. She was the #1 overall pick of 2009. So rewind that back. 2009 #1 overall pick. So we got all of the #1s. And she was the scoring leader for the Atlanta Dreams in 2012 and 2013. And you know what? She is actually just coming out of knee surgery. So some people might figure this to be kind of a curious move, but if you watch the playoffs, especially, the semifinals for the WNBA last season, the Aces just kind of lacked that extra firepower. They really did. As much as I love, Kelsey Plum is my favorite fucking player in the Aces. She's a basketball god. I watch Kelsey Plum play. I get so excited. I'm like, she's so fucking good. Look at her work the opposition. It's not just a point scoring. It's the way she fucking penetrates the defense. So even with all that said, I'm watching the Aces and thinking, dude, you don't have enough scoring. You don't have that extra firepower. And now you're bringing in somebody who, yeah, she's coming off of knee surgery, but Angel can absolutely push the Aces over the edge. And man, oh man, to see the Aces lift the WNBA championship will be something really fun to watch in this city. And as we kind of noticed with any major sports now here in Las Vegas, shit, because of the tourism aspect, it works. And individual organizations, they actually completely buy in to the gimmick that is Las Vegas, which pretty much means you're overdoing things a little bit more over theatrical. And hell, it's a wonderful time. If you ever consider yourself coming to Las Vegas in the summer months, and you got nothing better to do, maybe except gamble away a stupid ton of money for no apparent reason, go to a WNBA game here in Las Vegas. It is a riot. It's fun. The production crew, they get into it, and I just have a blast watching the Aces play. I actually gone to a game live last season when the Women's World Cup was going on, so had the England versus USA semifinal match, watching that and watching the Aces game. Just a good time overall there in Mandalay Bay Center. So good stuff for Las Vegas, and hopefully they can capture a championship at least this season. It was just disappointing the way they lost their season, and my whole projection was, man, if the Sparks and Aces make it to the WNBA championship, I'm gonna go apeshit, because that's my ideal final. I'm a Lakers fan through and through, but living in the city of Las Vegas, I'm gonna watch the Aces every now and then. So to watch these gals just go at it, the Sparks and the Aces, would have been a treat. Would have been a treat to watch, but it wasn't the case. It wasn't ever going to be the case. Like, what the fuck are you fucking slowing down for, you dumb cunt? Like, what the fuck? Jesus, dude. Now, you know what? Morning fucking commuters, anywhere, you want to slap the shit out of them. You really do. And I also want to slap the shit out of dumbass people who have no business being in a leadership position and then bitching and moaning about everything else besides them. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Unai Emery. Arsenal's former manager, Unai Emery, got to talking in the media circles around the weekend. This stupid-ass motherfucker flat out said, Arsenal fired me too soon. He needed more time to implement his philosophy and system. And then you have another piece coming out where Dani Ceballos has an interview and goes to Spanish media and says, dude, I was outworked. I was playing 17 matches in 2 months. You have to understand, even in terms of football, as nimble as you think football players are, that's a lot of fucking matches in 2 months. That's a lot. And so that only created the injury problem for Dani Ceballos, and really just put the fucking midfield to the toilet bowl. And not to fucking mention, Unai, that you exiled Aaron Ramsey for no good fucking reason. No good fucking reason. You ousted fucking Mesut Ozil. You misplayed Lucas Torreira. You fucking scapegoated and black sheeped Granit Xhaka to the point where fans were booing the wrong man. Unai Emery, you are the biggest fucking piece of shit manager ever. I hope you don't get a fucking job. Dude, I don't even fucking care anymore. Oh, man got fired. We should be... Context, boys and girls. This is why context is important. Yes. Getting fired is terrible. Okay? Somebody getting fired is terrible. They're losing their livelihood. I get that shit. But this fucking cocksucker in Unai Emery, this fucking wax teeth, snake hair looking motherfucker says all this shit, but the results, the way he was siphoning off the club with his fucking cancerous nature can't be understated. Cannot be understated. Unai Emery was such a fucking piece of shit that he didn't deserve any positive fucking pat on the back at the end of his tenure. So You're an asshole, Unai Emery. You are a big piece of shit asshole. And honestly, I'm glad you're gone. I'm fucking glad you're gone. But Sung, Mikel Arteta isn't winning you games. No. But you know what? Again, context. Context. Yeah, the Vegas Gold. Arsenal Football Club isn't winning matches right now. They've only won one match in the last, 10 or so games, which is fucking ridiculous. But here's the thing. It's not Mikel's fault. It's not. You look at the executives, you look at Raul, you look at Edu, you look at the guys who haven't been as transparent or as logical with their plan. Or, I mean, what the fuck is the philosophy between those two guys, right? And so there's a lot of fucking bullshit running around. Then you add the Unai Emery aspect. It's like, shit was a disaster, but Unai Emery made it worse. That's what I think. Like, in the fucking shitstorm that was Arsenal Football Club just a couple months ago. Man, Unai Emery having the fucking balls to say that shit, I want to slap the fuck out of him. I want to fucking, slap the shit out of him while telling him good evening. Fucking piece of shit. Like, Unai Emery is such a fucking sack of shit, dude. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I genuinely find that man just irritating beyond measure. And you know what? I hope the next job you get is somewhere in, like, Japan. Or somewhere fucking unnoticeable. Like the armpit of fucking football. Oh, like I don't know. Thailand? Damn, my God, your culture is insensitive. No, those countries generally suck in the world of football because of the lack of resources and money involved. But yeah, that fucker got paid too. You have to realize, firings are terrible. Yeah, Unai Emery got paid a shit ton of fucking money to come to Arsenal. And he also got paid for the fucking firing. So, don't have any sympathies, all right? Oh, I'm sorry for... No, somebody has to be. I'm not going to be that guy, though. I'm not going to be that fucking guy. What the fuck? I'm telling you, man. The world is a weird place, man. The world is a weird place. It's even weirder when you have something that's been a staple of a culture or community for nearly 2 decades, and then it's just whisked away. And that, of course, brings us to talk about Phillip Rivers, who, after 16 seasons with the Los Angeles Chargers, formerly the San Diego Chargers, will be entering free agency, mutually parting ways. Wow, Chargers, what the fuck is your plan? Like, I'm genuinely asking, what the fuck is your plan? You're gonna be basically the shitty version of the Clippers, the shitty version of the Lakers and the Rams, where you're basically renting. You're basically fucking renting a goddamn stadium. And even then, it's not gonna be filled with home fans. It's just not. LA's attendance in terms of football sports fans have been laughable. Just coming back from a Lakers game, I'm like, I remember when the Lakers were terrible, they were still selling fucking seats. Expensive ass seats. And people will still go. LA Rams games, people barely show up. Chargers games, forget about it. The opposition has a fucking home field advantage. So good on Phillip Rivers for leaving a shit organization that can't fucking self-reflect, that don't have any goddamn idea of what the fuck they're doing. So best of luck to Phillip Rivers. And speaking of not knowing what the fuck they're doing, the MLB. Oh boy. I've been bitching about Manfred and the MLB for quite some time, especially since the Astros newses. But there's a bit of a curious thing going on right now where the MLB is proposing a rule change, a format change for the playoffs. So essentially, no wild card. 5 games will be extended to 7. And the details of this one I'm very confused about. The highest seeded team in the championship series, you get to pick whomever. Like, what that's fucking weird. You get to pick as the highest seed who you want to fucking face. That's fucking weird. So for me, I look at that proposed rule change, and think to myself, after watching a lot of MLB stuff, watching MLB Network, Dodgers Talk, John Boy, Time Fuzzy, Giraffe Neck, all these guys, I've been just fucking delving into MLB shit. But, with the CBA coming up for renegotiation, I think the baseball, Robert Manfred's just throwing a Hail Mary to see whatever's going to work. But honestly, you can't even fucking run your own goddamn league. You don't even know how to fucking punish people. You can't investigate for shit. And now you think a fucking rule change is going to make people get back into basketball? Yeah, more than half the fucking stadiums in baseball are fucking empty. And shit like the Astros incident is exactly why people are turning off from baseball. And I'll tell you a story. I had a really great friend of mine. She's from Cleveland, and diehard Cleveland sports ball fan. And after the Astros incident and all the details of the cheating that came out and leaked out, she told me that she's basically quitting baseball. Essentially just quitting baseball because she, with the first sport that she fell in love with, felt betrayed. And I told her, listen, I'm on the same boat with you. But I think for me, there are proper punishments dished out. I really think that could go a long way. $5 million and a couple of fucking draft picks is baloney. It's fucking baloney. And I've said this multiple times, boys and girls. I'm a Dodgers fan. And when I was in LA, watching the Lakers game, I was actually sitting right next to a San Francisco Giants fan. And he was asking me about what I thought about the Astros and the Dodgers situation. I told him this. I believe the 2017 World Series should be completely nixed out. I don't think it should exist in the history books. I don't think the Dodgers nor the Astros deserve that series. Now, why do I say that from a Dodgers perspective? You went to Game 7 and lost. Whether it's cheating or not, you lost. Okay? Done. Astros, you fuckers are cheaters. AJ Hinch, Beltran, all these assholes who are coming out looking more and more guilty. Guiltier than fucking OJ. They're getting away with this shit. Oh, but some baseball can go fuck itself, and fucking Robert Manfred can go shove a big fat fucking dildo up his ass so he can make me fucking think straight and get that goddamn crayon of his fucking brain out of there. Holy shit. Yet again, Dodgers do got Mookie Boots. Mookie Betts. All right, boys and girls, I gotta leave. I can't fucking pronounce shit. So, that does it for me. Follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. I'm gonna unload here. Get my little fuck off.